So I have two businesses, like you said. I run an architecture practice, which is a small sort of boutique residential architecture practice in Brighton. And as well as that, alongside that, I ran a co-working space. So within my architectural studio, we rented out desks and space to other business owners and rented out meeting rooms. So I was juggling the financial requirements for both of those businesses at the same time and feeling a little overwhelmed with all that was required to do that. Initially, I had a bookkeeper an admin person who had worked for the previous business owner, but didn't find that very satisfactory. It wasn't the best use of my time. She wasn't a trained bookkeeper, so I had to give her quite a lot of input in what she needed and what I wanted her to do. And I found I was spending a lot of my time worrying about the books and the finances when I should have been doing other things. Yes, it probably was more work for the tax accountant and therefore cost me more money in their fees to sort of sort out all the books, and accountants aren't cheap. So I met Lisa through YTM networking and immediately liked her personality and thought we had a discussion about what her services were and how she offered value to her clients, and I thought it sounded really interesting and I wanted to get to know a bit more about her and her business. Well, at the time I wasn't a very experienced business owner, but Lisa seemed to offer more than just the bookkeeping service. She talked about how she could give me insight into the numbers and how she could help me understand my business, which would enable me to plan forward as well as keep on top of the day-to-day obligation. I had no idea really how to do a cash flow forecast or how to do a budget in Xero, and Lisa showed me how to do those things so that I could then track against my budget how I was doing in the business, how I could set some targets and performance indicators so I could see how I was tracking every month. And then she helped me by providing reports that summarised all the key performance indicators in the business, which I wouldn't have even really known about before I met Lisa. I hadn't thought about profitability of each job individually and had been trying to sort of look at my hours spent, but not taking into account other hours I might spend in the business on non-project work. So on the face of it, a job might have looked profitable. Lisa helped me to understand, to look at it more holistically as the whole business, and so that I could then get my fees right and charge the right amount for my services. Not as far as I know. Other friends I have that are sole practitioner architects, either do their own books or they maybe use their accountant, and I haven't heard of anybody getting that sort of insight so that they can forecast ahead and look at their business profitability like that. I probably haven't lost jobs, or if I have, they haven't been the right sort of jobs that I'd want, so the quality of jobs is probably more aligned to what I would like as my target client, and I've got much more of an understanding of what I need to charge to cover my operating costs as well as making a profit. Yes, in one of Lisa's monthly performance reports, she gave me a breakdown of the operating profit margins and the profitability ratio, which showed me that even though I have made reasonable income from my fees, that when you take into account the operating costs, the rent and the bills, that this potentially wasn't as high as I'd imagined. So I understood how to take into account those other fixed costs. Initially, we met on a monthly basis, which was really good for me as I was starting out in the business, and she gave me more insight on a regular basis of what I needed to know, and helped me with my cash flow forecasting. But now we probably meet more as an as-need basis. She's always available for a chat or for some advice, and I feel like she's a person you could reach out to any time and she'll be there for her clients. Absolutely, I wouldn't hesitate in recommending Lisa. She's or offers much more than just standard bookkeeping services. She does those really well as well, but there's a lot more that she can offer, and she can really help you get an insight into running your business and keep you on track with the financial. I think not all business owners really understand the financial side of the business. That might not be their strong point, and so having somebody with a good understanding is just invaluable to helping you keep your business running and keeping profitable.